Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about theme development. I'm going to start from just a handful of notes, 7 to be more precise, and I'm going to turn them into a musical piece of around 2-3 minutes. This is the melody I came up with. And here's a sneak peek of the finished version. It's gonna be lots of fun, so grab your notes and let's dive right in. It's in A minor, 7 notes, 6/8. It feels very open, feels like a question thrown in the air. Bit of a dodgy question, maybe. And so it can lead to many things, really, which is kind of the purpose of today's videos. Show how you can go pretty much anywhere you want with something like this. So the first thing I want to do before I orchestrate and everything is to extend this melody into something a bit more substantial. The quickest way is probably to just repeat what I have, maybe a tone up, tone down. Let's see what happens. That feels good. Feels like an answer to a question. And you notice I kept basically the same intervals of, and the same movement. So we have something familiar and a bit of variation. Okay, can probably write it down, I guess. Great. So I can tidy it up a bit. Okay, we have our theme, and I can probably try to add some harmony. I'm going to use a piano at the moment. Okay, I need to figure out what to do with this D, and it could be maybe G minor. Bit sad. D minor, very sad. B flat major, nice energy, bit of surprise perhaps. Okay, this one feels good. So let's try. Now D. Okay, so I think I found something. Fairly easy chords, but effective. And I thought about an analogy about themes, melodies, and chords before, and I thought in a film, your melody is the main character, but harmony is where you can place the character in your film. Like you got Frodo, and the harmony can place him in the Shire with the Hobbits, or maybe you can place him in Mordor, or with the elves. Harmony is so powerful, and each chord has a different feeling to it, different meaning. And for example, our melody can be transformed into something a lot darker. For example, or it can be a lot brighter. I know I changed the B to B flat, but I think you get my point. It really depends what is your intention. So before you even compose something, just think about what are you writing for, and if the answer is a film, then it's easy because what you're looking at kind of dictates what you're gonna compose. If, like in this case, you don't know, there's not really brief or anything, it can be a bit tricky because the options are infinite. So maybe you can make a story in your head or feel what feels right for your piece. So just to recap, we have A minor, G, D minor, and F. Okay, I'm going to write a piece with two themes. So the structure will be ABA, which is a really good structure if you want to give a bit of variety to your piece. Like if you just one thing, you can reorchestrate it in many ways, very cool. But then I think adding a B theme really makes a difference. John Williams does that all the time. Usually A theme is very rhythmical, like, think Jurassic Park. And then comes the B theme that is more like with strings and more like melody driven. So I'm not sure I'm gonna do something similar to him, but for sure I want to do something with a variation in the middle. All right. So now with that we clarified our themes, we can start. I prepared a very basic template here. I might add things later or remove them, I'm not sure. So what I want to do now is to create an intro. Usually harmonics, tremolo strings, sustain high strings, and then I'm gonna introduce the theme we're gonna play. So the second time he plays, maybe with the cello, people are already familiar with it and appreciate it more. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I can always extend it later. Actually, I can do it now. This one won't be really played on the grid, I think. Can feel like loser. Loser. Okay, and probably I'm gonna play piano and harp. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then here I think the sustain can just fade out, but it can stay there because it's gonna be in A minor anyway. So I played an A here. So there's no problem. Okay, and then here we can bring this melody here, which I played. So it doesn't start on the beat, which is nice. Bum, bum. It kind of leads in, and I'm gonna record the piano part now. Okay. Okay, nothing felt like it was really on time. That's the thing, sometimes you quantize too much, sometimes you quantize too little. I think at this stage, I don't care about quantizing too much because I need some like clarity basically of where I'm going, and I can show you a trick later so you can humanize what you have. Basically, I'm gonna have this rhythm, and the melody plays on top. Oh, let's do this. I'm gonna extend everything until it reaches somehow like the end of a phrase. And I think I'm going to repeat once again what I have with some variation, and then create a hook, like a cadence, and so we can start over again. So okay, now I'm gonna repeat with some variation. And now we want something different, something that tells us, okay, this is the end of the phrase. Okay, perhaps we could use some elements from before, like those 3 notes, and maybe apply them here as well. D minor, F, something like that. E minor, and then end on the dominant, and then we return back. Okay, so this could be a structure made very quickly. Otherwise, will be a maybe 2 days video. But the important thing here is the concept of cadence. Basically, you find a theme, repeat it once with a bit of variation, 3 times, even more variation, and the 4th time you won't repeat it, I guess, and then you want a cadence that has this drive, this energy, this tension that leads us again to the theme. So if we go back to John Williams for a moment, we can see this concept in action. For example, playing his E.T. the Extraterrestrial theme. This is the 3rd time. The 2nd time plays it basically the same with some variation. You can see the same pattern and movement ascending and descending. Then 3rd time, this E flat changes so much. It adds incredible energy and force, and that leads us to the cadence. And here we are back to the theme. Okay, so now I'll play what I just played with the cello first, and then I'm gonna add the piano, and then we're gonna add a lot of instruments. I cleaned up a bit the melody of the cello so it plays in time, and I'm gonna record the piano part now. Okay, so we have our first phrase actually. We can add, for example, some strings and winds. So I'm gonna just use wind swells and string swells. You can say just use sul tasto, tremolo, normale, half a bar, because it's very, very slow. So we want that. And wind swells, again, something similar here, normale, air, and flutter. I just pan them a bit. Huge space as well, so they share basically the same effect of the cello, so it's very coherent. Okay, let's see how it sounds. quickly add new colors and body to the piece. Okay, and I knew there was a note here, so I'm gonna quickly quantize them. This one can be 1/4. I'm gonna do this trick. I'm gonna do, it's like a shortcut. So it's gonna nicely go to the end, quantized. We have the first phrase, the first introduction, then we played again with the cello with more accompaniment. And now we are ready for a bigger statement and an octave up. Usually I can use the intimate legato violin, maybe double with a section, and we're gonna add brass choir, and you're gonna be basically exactly the same with more instruments, maybe counter melody, possibly some more accompaniment. And that climax we're gonna lead us to the B theme, which I have no idea what I'm gonna do about, but I'll figure it out on the go. Okay, so I just copied what we had in this part, and this is gonna be the bigger climax. So this is the violin, and it's an octave above, as you can tell. This is the cello, and this is the violin. It shares the same MIDI. You know, when you do it with more time, you know, you can just replay the melody for the sake of the video and keep it like tight. I'm just gonna use that. Same here for strings well, winds well, the piano. And I added brass and a bit of choir because yeah, I love choirs and brass, and I think will sound great to give momentum. So I can just double this melody here with the strings. Oops, there's a choir legato there. Okay, so we can see what we have here, I guess. Cool. Yeah, love when things are starting to feel more like a piece. Right. We can. I turned up a bit this one because was a bit quiet. I can just double the guitar. There's this nice electric guitar. And maybe you wouldn't think about using that in an orchestral piece, but if there's a rule, break it. A wise man told me once. What I felt was lacking a bit was bass, basically, when I was listening to it. So I'm going to just copy this brass and then go here, select lowest note. We're going to select the note, copy it, delete everything, and just click paste. So, okay. Because this is a legato bass. Okay. Okay, and it's getting together. It's more full. I wouldn't spend too much time this stage mixing it. I think that can happen once the piece is finished. And I know mixing is like never-ending odyssey, and I spend so much time mixing, but that can happen later. At the moment, I want to hear more color. I can add some woodwinds, staccato, as an as an after almost. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna play something a bit random, but it meant more like a textural thing. Okay, couldn't hear anything basically. So I'm gonna turn them up a bit. Okay, cymbals and just that glimmer. And what else can we add? Oh yes, we could add something with a cello and some sustain strings. Possibly something above the melody. So probably not from the start, because we already have this one supporting it. Okay, something like that. Again, it's more like something that shouldn't take the lead or distract too much from the melody, because that's what we want. And we can add something with the cello as well. So basically, also we want as a really hidden counter melody something that moves when the other melody is not moving. So in theory, like here could be a good spot for something that moves. Okay, let's add timpani. Let's add timpani because I think that will add a bit more momentum. Okay, we got timpani. I'm gonna just quickly copy and paste again here, and it's gonna be a roll in E. And I can add some harp. It's already doing something, I think. You know what? I'll just double it and just play something like that. It's not something like you really hear it clearly, but still, you know, that nice effect in the background. Okay, so we got our A theme. We can have a listen from the start, because I think that the thing about the B theme is that you want it to be a bit different from the A theme, but also coherent at the same time. So in a way, the more coherent, the better. If there's something that you can something similarities. I'm not sure what could be, but there's some similarity, something that connects them. Then it's great. But the problem, if I started now without hearing back what I did, would be maybe I'll make something completely detached, and then it would be just too big of a shock. So let's start from the top and let's listen what we have here. Okay, so I mean, it can be refined. We can add some more bits here and there, but as a general structure, I think it works. I think actually I want to give more da 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 da. Na, da, 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 da. And we can just copy this in the violin too. Okay, great. This is our A theme, and I think it's completed. We arrived, I'm gonna take the piano a moment. We arrived we land on a E major, and now we want something a bit different. Could be an F, could be a B sharp, could be a B minor, could be lots of things. What I can do right now is just pull up a bit some instruments and see what feels more natural. Okay, that was with B minor. Actually, I'm gonna add some strings as well, wind swells. I'm not sure. I prefer actually the B minor. So let's try to go with that. And because it was so big, maybe I'm gonna play it more, slightly more softly and mysterious, because he was very bold and confident. Maybe we want to give a different flavor. Maybe our hero is not as good as we think, as people think. So let's see. It feels more like Avatar now. Oh, it's, there's a choice. It takes time to find the right kind of chords, but I think B minor, G minor. I like it. And then it's probably a fairly good progression. B minor, G minor, D major, E major. Let's go for that. And then this B part could be more like we can modulate to give a bit more variation in comparison with the first part. Okay, let's record that then. Okay, let's see. I wasn't even listening to the click. Oh, it's not bad, right? We can just do this 3-4 times. Okay, then I think I want to add a different rhythm with the piano. Okay, clearly just recorded the harp here. Okay, so I think we are ready to add a melody to our B theme, which is which I like actually where it's going. For this one, I want the cello, but together with a section. Okay, let's see. I love when also play the soloist cello with a section, because you have the mellowness, the roundness of the section together with the sharpness of the solo. There was something in the notes I played that I didn't mind. Okay. Okay, I tidied up a bit the melody, and this is how it sounds like now. So now we're going to modulate. Okay, we're gonna hear, and we just copy and paste, modulate, maybe some tones up, and we're gonna add brass, maybe a choir melody. So we were in B minor at the beginning. To modulate, we could try to go to F. Okay, I did brass, maybe just touch too early. I want some more movement in it. Bit loud, no, so be high. Okay, sounds pretty good to me at the moment. So let's listen again from here, and let's see how we feel. okay. I think it would like a bit more clarity, and so I'm just gonna probably double it with a harp as well. Just gonna make it a bit more balanced. And because it feels like a bit mysterious, I'm gonna add a Celesta. See if that adds a bit more punctuation. Bring it up an octave. You know what? I think I know what I want. I want a horn playing the melody together with the cello. Yes. I actually made, yeah. Okay, let's pick up the 4 horns. And let's see, okay. Just gonna copy and paste here. Okay, great. So we have our 2 themes. Now we want to go back to the theme A. And I feel like if we just go straight back, it will be a bit abrupt. So what I think we could do is to have one of the strings, maybe a section, even the cello, hold their notes like really long. And I'm just gonna drag it here so they're all together. And see if it's a, okay, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know I want something like that, and probably a chord progression that can naturally lead back to the theme. Okay, what if we get just the harmony from the beginning and maybe transposed again? We were in A minor, so we need to find something that kind of works with the connection. Okay, let's see what this feels more natural, because I think that's the problem is this note. And I'm gonna stop here because I don't think we want this part yet. And we can do this, I guess. Move it here, move everything here, and just have the 4 bars. Because then we want our melody back. Maybe we could try with an oboe or a flute. So we got this nice transition now back to our theme A transposed, and let's see if we play with an oboe the melody. We are actually now in G minor. So love the oboe. I think it's gonna sound great. I'm gonna just copy and paste the cello one just to be quicker. Okay, so basically the long notes, they can just slowly fade out. I love the oboe, and it's got some, yeah, really good feeling to it. I think it really works. And the dynamics here, I know we're back to the main theme, but I think the dynamics should be like, fairly low. And actually, oh, well, let's try it, see how it sounds with the harp and the celeste. And then it could be almost the ending. I really like it. I think we just need a final chord, and then we're probably good to go. And then we can start refining and mixing it, but I think it will be just too long for the video. Yeah, and I really like that as an ending. So we can listen back to what we've done today. And I remember this being a tad long, and so we can probably just start from here. And I'm gonna see how the tremolo sounds instead of the sustain. Okay, so we have a piece. I'm quite happy with it. I like the textures and the sound. Of course, I could spend many hours working on it and refining it, adding notes or playing each individual lines. But I think to make this video a bit shorter, I think the purpose was to show you how you can make a piece just out of 7 notes, because that's where we started from. If you just go back to it was. And look how much we've done, just out of a single theme. Yeah, so we talked about A theme, B theme, super important for the change, how we transition, cadence, so lots of stuff, a bit of orchestration. I would really love to listen to your own versions of this theme. So I'm gonna leave the MIDI of the theme just in the description so you can download it. And if we get enough submissions, perhaps we could make a video out of it and see how everybody developed the theme in a different way. Actually, it would be really exciting. So yeah, feel free to download it and send it over. Hello, this is me from the future, as I didn't work on the piece for a couple of days, so I came back to it with fresh ears, ready to mix it a bit, and I spent a couple hours, an hour and a half, doing the levels between instruments. I adjusted some modulations, the intensity of the instruments. I had doubled couple bits here and there, but really like fine tuning and details than anything else. I also added a bit of mastering here on the master bus, really presets I usually slap on at the end of the piece because I think they sound a bit better. And as you can see, I color coded the instruments and divide them into categories, so it's easier to understand where things are. I spent probably, again, an hour and a half mostly working on it and an hour and a half mixing it and fine tuning it. Let's have a listen. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thought it was really fun to see how a simple melody can be transformed into something a bit more substantial. And I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments, your perspective. How do you usually develop a theme, your techniques? So, it's great for the community to share our knowledge and help each other out. Also, don't forget, please, to subscribe and hit the like button, as your support is really appreciated. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.